Welcome to Baz Travels. After driving 14,826 kilometers through 24 states and Washington, D.C., I've seen rocket launches to the Grand Canyon and Hoover Dam. I've explored Route 66, ghost towns, deserts, snow, and beaches on both coasts. From Vegas casinos to Alcatraz, the White House to Hollywood. Join me for a journey of the ordinary and the extraordinary.
Loading destination. Simulation starting in 3, 2, 1. To look around, move your phone or tablet. Click and drag if on a computer or move your head if using a VR headset. Please like and subscribe.
Welcome to episode 50. We are continuing our look around San Francisco. Today we leave the ferry building and follow the San Francisco Bay Trail along the waterfront, passing Piers 1 through 6, until we reach the start of Pier 7. Stepping out of the ferry building, we join the Bay Trail, part of a 500-mile regional path that circles the entire San Francisco Bay. Here in the city's northeast waterfront, the trail runs alongside the Embarcadero, offering sweeping views of the Bay Bridge, Treasure Island, and the busy ferry traffic that still uses these waters. Our first stop is Pier 1, marked by the grand headquarters of the Port of San Francisco. The port was officially created in 1863, though the waterfront has been central to the city's economy since the gold rush of 1849. The port building itself dates to 1931, a graceful Art Deco structure designed to unify the administration of the many finger piers along the Embarcadero. Its long colonnaded facade and tiled roof are a reminder of the civic style of the early 20th century. Continuing past Pier 2 and 3, we see how these once industrial spaces have been adapted for modern use. Originally, each pier was dedicated to cargo shipping. Lumber, grain, and produce from California's interior flowed through here to the rest of the world. Today, many have been renovated as offices, event spaces, and cultural venues, part of the ongoing effort to preserve the historic waterfront while giving it new life. Pier 3, for example, was once home to the Alaska Packers Association, a company that operated one of the largest salmon canning fleets in the world. The pier's broad sheds and mooring spaces served ships that traveled as far as Alaska and back. Now its warehouses have been adapted to modern commercial use, but the bones of the structures still tell of its working past. Passing Pier 4 and 5, the scale and rhythm of the Embarcadero becomes clear. Each pier was numbered sequentially northward from the ferry building, built with similar timber and steel sheds that extended well into the bay. Many of these piers were constructed in the first decades of the 20th century, as San Francisco sought to establish itself as a dominant port on the Pacific coast. Pier 6 brings us closer to the transition from working piers to recreational and public spaces. From here, the views down the Embarcadero towards Telegraph Hill and Coit Tower become especially striking. Finally, we arrive at the base of Pier 7. This is one of the few piers preserved as a public walkway rather than for shipping or private use. With its long wooden planks, vintage-style lampposts, and benches facing the water, Pier 7 provides one of the most atmospheric views of the city skyline and the bay. But exploring it will be the focus of our next episode.
Yeah, because when they're in the chat, you can.
That concludes today's walk, a journey through history from the port headquarters at Pier 1 to the threshold of Pier 7, where San Francisco's working waterfront meets its recreational heart.
Simulation terminated. Please comment, like and subscribe.